Did you know? Gaius Julius Caesar Augustus Germanicus is an infamous figure from history, the third of the Roman emperors. He was the adopted grandson of Tiberius, the adopted son of Augustus himself. At the age of 3, Gaius accompanied his father Germanicus on campaigns in the north of Germania. The soldiers thought it endearing that he spent so much time dressed as a soldier, complete with miniature armour and boots. A soldier's boot was called a caliga. They gave young Gaius the nickname Caligula, meaning little soldier's boot. It has been suggested that a modern English equivalent would be to call Caligula Bootikins. It goes without saying that Bootikins would come to resent the nickname. Caligula's father, Germanicus, died aged 34. Supposedly he had been poisoned on the orders of his adopted father, Emperor Tiberius. Tiberius, a deeply insecure and paranoid emperor, gradually destroyed Caligula's family, until in AD 31, at the age of 19, Caligula came into the personal care of Tiberius. Despite harbouring a deep hatred of Tiberius, Bootikins was a master actor. Never was there a better servant or a worse master, it was said. Tiberius took a perverse pleasure in tutoring Caligula, encouraging vice, viciousness, and cruelty in the young man. It was said that Tiberius was rearing a viper for the Roman people, and a Phaethon for the world, a character who would think nothing of destroying the world in fire. Tiberius died in AD 37, and Tacitus tells us that upon his death the crowds rejoiced, only to be silenced once more upon news that he hadn't quite died. They once again cheered, though, when they heard that Caligula had smothered him. Whether this story is true or not, it does show that Tiberius was not popular. Now came the time of Emperor Bootikins. Emperor Caligula has been described as an insane emperor, cruel and self-obsessed. He killed for fun. He slept with other men's wives and bragged about it. He wasted money, deliberately caused starvation, and generally was a nasty, nasty man. Famously, he even planned to make his favourite horse, Incitatus, a consul of Rome, humiliating and insulting the senatorial class around him. But it is not his infamy which fascinates me. It is a particular vanity project. Lake Nemi sits in a volcanic crater 19 miles to the south of Rome. It was here, in the early 1930s, that 2 vast barges, or ships, were recovered. The largest of the 2 was a floating palace containing marble, mosaic floors, underfloor heating, plumbing, baths, and innovations such as bilge pumps, a technology which many thought the Romans incapable of. Unfortunately, the remains were destroyed by burning on the night of the 31st of May 1944, when shells from the US Army struck the museum in which they were being housed. But even what remains of these barges speaks volumes of the luxurious intent and vast scale of the project. These remains add credence to accounts of vast Roman grain ships crossing the Mediterranean, and I find it truly fascinating that these massive ships never touched a drop of seawater. So, Emperor Bootikins, Caligula, might have been a twisted, psychopathic, sadistic, cruel emperor, but he was responsible for 2 of the most astonishing feats of Roman engineering, and boy did he know how to show off.